freedom like with a disability? I can tell you this much, it's not the same, and it certainly doesn't feel as free. And you're probably wondering why. Why would it not feel free? A lot of people are thinking, oh, maybe you just stay at home, or you get this accommodation, or you get that accommodation. That's nothing. That is nothing compared to what it was like before I had my disability. So, I was actually talking to someone who did hiring for, or no, he was a headhunter. So he would find people like CEOs, top level employers, or top level positions for employers. And one day I asked him, what do you think that the people that you're hiring need as far as support? And he said, I've never had anyone at this level reveal a disability to me. And I thought that was really interesting, uh, and that tells me, because I know there are people in top level um, situations, I'm sorry, at companies that have disabilities. And the fact that he had helped probably at least hundreds, if not thousands of people find jobs, that no one had a disability is a little concerning. So, what happens inside of those of us who have a disability when others aren't willing to? Because a disability, I think, is probably seen more as a weakness instead of a positive. So, what would what would help? What would help really is for all of us to say, hey, I'm a little weak in this area and I could use some help. I'm a little weak in this area. For instance, my hands don't work just right, but I have a mind, you know, and so it doesn't allow me the freedom because my hands don't work to get a job or do things that I want to do. So I think freedom is really interesting. And the reality of it is, in order to be free, we've got to also have people around us, which sometimes doesn't feel so freeing when we need to ask for help, right? Like, oh, I just want to do this by myself. But as the more I thought about that, because I really had to do a lot of work in this spot. But as I look around my home, as I look around, um, I never did anything alone. Anything, you know? Somebody created a company. Somebody made the bed I sleep on. Somebody made the table I eat on. It's just that it took money to get those things. So none of us are alone. And if that's the case, how come we can't do better at helping each other, at supporting each other? And one of the things I want to say about that is supporting someone is not enabling them. Enabling someone is doing something for someone that they are capable of doing on their own. Supporting someone is giving someone enough support that they can accomplish a task that they would not otherwise accomplish. So let's help everybody feel a little more free. Maybe I'm asking for a lot, but what happens if we just all acknowledge that we're a little weak in one aspect or another and ask for help, which is pretty. Once I realized I could ask for help, that was fantastic. And sometimes, as a person with disabilities, I have to fight for that help that I desperately need just so that I can live. I think that can change. And I would love your support. And the way that you can support is by looking around in your life and acknowledging, or looking for, where could I use a little bit more support so that I can be successful? And when we can see it inside of ourselves, I think the neat thing that happens is all of a sudden it's not so hard to give that support to other people.